Take two.
Yeah.
Right, friends, I'm here with Tim Shieff. It's awesome to finally link up our schedules with each other.
Yeah.
Great to finally meet you as well. We met the other day at the festival, didn't we? So
thanks for inviting me down, Brett. Yeah, we met at Brighton a couple of weeks ago, finally, after a lot of online talking.
Yeah.
And since you've invited me, I've changed my diet. I'm no longer vegan anymore, so set a new challenge for you, didn't I?
Exactly, mate, exactly. And I always like a challenge.
We stepped it up to raw vegan. There we go.
Yeah.
What you got for me today?
So we've gone with some, we're going to do some stuffed peppers. I've soaked some bulgur wheat, and we're going to do like a raw vegan cheese sauce with it, with some soaked cashews and some nooch.
Yeah, oh yeah,
it's all good.
I've not had much vegan cheese, raw cheese since I've been raw. I've not had bulgur wheat since I've been raw either.
That's cool, man.
So that's two new things you're giving me. I mean, I've had raw cheese, of course, but since I've been raw, I'm very excited. And these colourful looking peppers we got here.
Got to eat a rainbow.
I might have to have a little.
Got to eat a rainbow. Get involved.
Nightshades.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A little bit of good stuff. That's juicy.
Exactly, man. You got to build up that energy. You've been in the lakes.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, lakes is a. If you live in England and you've not been to the Lake District, the two things, the name can never do it justice, because it just sounds like a place full of water, which you can get in your bathroom. And pictures of it, though it can look nice, can never do the feeling of being there justice, of being stood on the fells, looking out and just seeing top after top, all the Wainwrights and all that, It's a phenomenal place, and if you were to go and say go Keswick, so have you been much?
Me? No, man. I'm a massive Dovedale fan. Massive Dovedale fan. So that's my kind of
Peak
local
District.
haunt.
Yeah.
And my mate Will's constantly telling me about roaches.
Oh, roaches.
Yeah,
we can do that. I've been
Yeah.
roaches when I was young, for like Duke of Edinburgh or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love nature, and I just got back from Hawaii as well.
How was that? I was so jealous. I was so jealous to see you out there, man.
Hawaii's amazing. Originally I went to LA for the Veg Fest to meet loads of vegans and to get my brand out there. And then I went to Hawaii for myself for 3 weeks to try to do a raw cleanse. Oh, you're bringing out the cherry tomato.
Again, I'm cherry tomato. Get involved.
And then I just wanted to eat good fruit. I wanted to try being raw vegan. It's hard to do it at home when you're around old habits. So I was like, let's do three. Let's say it takes 3 weeks or 21 days to change a habit. Took myself out there, and the first week, 10 days, 2 weeks, I was like, after this I'll go back to eating clean vegan, Dr. Sebi diet, something like that. But during the third week I was just like, why would I go back? I felt so good and so clean and
feeling real fresh.
And the quality of fruit out there was amazing. And so coming back, and I just like a new challenge, and it's really been good challenge to be raw vegan and fruitarian in England, and to realise that it is possible, and a lot of the fruitarians I look up to, like Anne Osborne, Doug Graham, and Tony Wright, have lived in England or live in England currently, and they're fruitarian and they do it, so of course it's possible. And I just like to find something new. Yeah,
so the guy who designed that t-shirt, he's fruitarian?
Yeah, so this is my friend Ryan Lewis.
That's cool, man.
He's was one of the first people I ever met at Woodstock Fruit Festival that was raw vegan. And he's been on and off with it, but he's been back raw for 4 months now. And so I was just randomly out in Hawaii staying with my friend, and he showed me, I've got a clothing company called Ethics, as you might have seen Brett represented sometimes. And he was just, I didn't go out there to work on a new design, but he showed me this design. He said, hey look, I've got a design I've come up with that might fit your brand, and I was staying with him at the time, and I was like, dude, that's perfect. So I ended up doing just the right amount of work that I was able to do my cleanse and become fruitarian and get work done and come out with a really cool design that we're all really happy with. Our brand is about subtle conversation starters with veganism. It's not about brash, in your face,
Like Naguib.
Like Naguib.
Like Naguib, that I actually only ever realised when I was interviewing Benj.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, it's vegan backwards.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Fun conversation starters. Our brand's called Ethics, but without the I when you see the brand name. And we like to think it's ethics without the ego. So it's not like in your face. It's removing the I from it, removing that ego sense, and it's just fun, fun stuff,
Yeah, man. What I definitely love so much about it is just the amount of people who come to the stores at the festivals. So obviously, I've done a couple of festivals with the guys.
Yeah, thank you for helping us out, by the way.
Yeah,
while I was in Hawaii, you covered my shift.
Yeah, it's it's not. it's not the easiest, you know, when someone says, I'm in Hawaii, can you cover my shift? You kind of resent someone a little bit for that. You're like, oh yeah, I'll pick up Birmingham.
Hey, I'm forever grateful, bro.
No, man, I love it.
I owe you, man. But yeah, great buzz from looking back and seeing all the Instagram posts. You guys really, you know, it's so, those festivals are so fun, everyone's so lovely. The vegan, you feel the energy of the room at the vegan festivals, and it's very pure, and you know, you're walking around, if anyone accidentally shoves anyone by accident, you know it's that person's, like, you turn around, they're sorry straight, you know, little things like that. Whereas if you're at a festival or like a music festival or something, you know, everyone's a bit less mindful. Whereas there, it's full of mindful people that have come to that conscious decision themselves.
Yeah, it's so nice. And I tell you what, I maintain that meeting Bob, Jojo, Katie.
Yeah.
One of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, just like...
They're such beautiful family.
Just like from going from not knowing them at all at Birmingham to then just being like, knowing them and just like straight away feeling accepted by someone. You know, when someone like, you just think, oh, there's no ego there, there's nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a earn your keep kind of thing, and it was just straight away, it was just that love. And
they are such a loving, warm-hearted family. Vegan Geezer, check him out if you don't know. He's an absolute legend. He's a real honoured to have him as a part of the team, man.
Yeah.
He's like, just back away.
Such a good guy.
Yeah.
I had Fruity Liana on the other day and chatting to her. I couldn't stop myself. I kept chatting about, because it was the first time I'd seen Vegan Geezers talk.
Yeah.
Down at the Brighton Festival.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's cool that obviously I've done a couple of festivals with him, but this is the first time I've actually seen this talk. I've managed to see it, and I was just like, it's so nice to see them put across such a nice, positive vegan message.
He's got 100% success rate and people crying at his talks.
I heard that, man, and yeah, when I was there, I seen a few people tearing up.
Yeah, and he works hard on them, man. Like, the amount of times I speak to him, and he's like, yeah, I've just been working on my talk, just refining it, and he's just crafting it, and you know, he really cares about getting the message out in the most, I don't know what's the word, like in the way that really has the best impact, that's the most supportive and honest, and people can receive it, because the thing with getting the vegan message out in the right way is such a fine art. And a lot of vegans have failed because you can push people further away if you go about it the wrong way.
100%.
So it really is gentle. Nature never rushes anything, you know, and it's like following that method of just, okay, gently try an angle and feel how they react. Okay, that didn't work, let me try this, and not overdoing it, you know, and that's, you're gonna do that with people, because we want to, you know, help animals, we want to help the planet, and we know with it, ones that have had enough self-reflection and awareness to see that this is the route to it, for our generation at least, and so we have to do it right.
It's important, man. It's important to do it right. And
ACV, some apple cider vinegar. We got some miso
in there, some nooch, the soaked cashews, and then we're gonna get some lemon juice in there as well.
Look at this little phony lemon.
All right.
No, it's all right.
I'll tell you what, if he's gonna shame me, I'm gonna get a real lemon out.
We've come this far.
Get that thing out there. God, coming on, kicking off straight away. As soon as he saw any plastic, anything that wasn't completely natural, kicking off. Yeah.
Can you
as well, we're gonna put some.
No, this plastic's solid, isn't it? I've got a NutriBullet as well. I would never complain about a NutriBullet.
Beautiful.
They are great. They're cheap as well. I do wonder how they do it. If we're really going to look at how we can be on veganism, buying a 40 quid blender is like some people who are making that. Yeah. Poor guys. But we got to focus on the food first, and then we can get to that stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. But I mean, obviously, you're doing your bit with your clothing company, aren't you?
Yeah. So, clothing's second, man. It's second.
And having Benji on was big for that, because obviously I got to ask Benji questions about it that I'd been thinking of with, like, okay, so why did you pick clothing? What kind of brought you to it and stuff? Yeah. And he said to me straight away, he was just like, I don't think we think about humans enough. Obviously veganism is massively focused on animals, but we're animals too. So, you know, you got to focus on that, and you got to give people that love.
The people in the factories making that stuff, man. It's tough because we all know that Nike and that looks effing cool, man. Like, it looks cool, and it's hard to, even now, to be drawn away from seeing what stuff they're making and producing. And so we just hold that, and we, okay, let's find a way to do it with less profit as a goal, and just more about enjoying the lifestyle. And when we get there, we get there. You know.
Exactly, man. It's hard. Sometimes you got to wish it didn't look so cool.
We'll make it ourselves, though. That's it.
Yeah, and that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me just blend this up real quick.
Cheese. Like is that pulse mode?
There we go. Yeah, that's ultra blend.
Ultra blend. Okay.
Ultra blend in the Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I've got 3 things I can see in my view that I really like.
Come on.
Avocado.
Yeah.
Cherry tomatoes. Cashew cheese.
Yeah, man. And I'll tell you what I thought straight away is, like, I know they say about going raw, you eat more like an abundance of food, you eat a rainbow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't think my tables ever look so full.
Yeah.
Straight away I'm like tripping over myself,
Load of
like,
ingredients.
look at all this awesome food out there.
What's this here?
So that's mango pulp.
Ooh.
So what we're going to do
Did you
with
make
that,
it and put it in that jar, or did it come in that jar?
it didn't come in that jar,
Okay,
came in a tin.
That's cool. I was just going to be like, that's the coolest company ever.
It is a
They don't even
cool jar.
advertise mangoes. But
You know what's beautiful with them jars?
Yeah.
That is exactly the right size to sprout broccoli sprouts.
Oh,
So all you need is one of them little plastic lids, and you can sprout them bad boys in there.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, and they're so good for you. Like actual
I don't know about sprouts and
age-reducing,
stuff. Oh, really?
age-reducing properties. Yeah.
It's eating babies though, really, isn't it?
What for age-reducing properties?
Well, you're eating babies. You're eating baby sprouts. You're like, oh, little
Man, I
baby.
thought you was like eating babies. I was like, this went off the rails.
No. I mean, that's what they might be doing. You know, we don't know what's going
Who
on
knows?
in London right now.
Oh man, there's some executives of some what corporation was it? It was like a proper Silicon Valley corporation. It's getting young people's blood pumped into them, and blood transfusions from young people to like
Making you
boost him.
And that's what we hear on the surface. What's going on behind the surface?
Exactly.
What's going on,
about,
people?
Yeah.
Come on.
The stuff you don't hear.
What is the stuff we don't hear?
Well, you got a plan right now because I heard you thinking Asia.
Yeah, might go to Thailand. Been a few times, not been in a few years. I think it's about due. Some Tim Shieff love over there in Thailand. There's a big vegan community, and I'd love to connect with some people out there.
Yeah. Who you thinking? You got people in mind?
No people in mind. Just whoever's out. Just let the universe
Let it show you.
What about you? You thinking of Asia as well?
I'm thinking definitely America.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to do America and go like across America.
Yeah.
And then across to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then go from Hawaii to Australia.
Oh, nice.
That's the one for me because I've been to Australia a couple of times.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it over there.
I can do Australia. I've been once for 4 days. I was Dublin for Jamie Oliver actually.
Yeah.
Not too dissimilar setup from this, although it wasn't raw vegan. And
No.
I was just I was flown in business class just to dress up as him, and when they were waiting for him, so he didn't have to stand on set all day, I would just be stood there dressed as him for the cameras to set up.
Oh, that's cool.
And I got paid. It was just such a joke job. Just thought I'd throw that in. I'm not showing off. It's just we're talking food. I thought we're
you
talking
got
Australia.
to throw a big Jamie.
But yeah, I'd love to go back. I was only there for
You did
4
a video
days.
for Jamie, didn't you?
I've done a few videos. Yeah.
How was that?
Great, it's fun, man. FoodTube was that a lot of people, because I do the vegan stuff for FoodTube, and then some people are like, oh, why are you doing vegan stuff on the non-vegan channel? And then other people are like, oh, I saw your videos on there, and I tried the recipes, and I went to your channel, and now I'm vegan. So I'm like, well, it works both ways, you know?
Yeah,
So
100%.
you can't just reject what's not vegan in the beginning, because you got to. How are you going to attract people?
But like, everyone would have rejected me before I was vegan.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah,
like if I didn't watch like 101 Reasons to Go Vegan.
Is that what you watched?
101 Reasons to
that you?
Vegan, literally.
Yeah.
It was just like straight away with stuff like the Rorschach test that he does, straight away with like the red and blue circles, and it's just like these circles are not the same.
Yeah.
And you kind of go, oh really, which one's bigger then? And then he goes, after you've picked, he's like, oh no, they are actually the same, but I lied to you, and that's what the industry's doing to you. It's lying to you every day, and you pick it up and you just believe it, because you're like, oh, people don't lie. People aren't going to lie to you,
I
mate.
really don't think it's
No.
crazy.
And so, yeah, it was crazy to like listen to his stories and talk about like, you know, how would you feel about a dog getting hit with a baseball bat? How would you feel about a pig getting hit with a baseball bat? And you kind of like, well, feel the same. I wouldn't want anything to get. And you just like, oh, well, that's happening every day, all over the place, and you're just allowing it to happen by not doing anything, by not thinking about it.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta change it.
Crazy stuff.
Anyway, what's in Australia for you? What's your New Zealand as well, or just Australia?
Australia predominantly.
Yeah.
There's something about I've never really fancied New Zealand for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It looks beautiful out there, and I know there's some good hikes to be had. But Australia for me is just, I love the lifestyle out there. Absolutely love it.
People are positive and they're active, aren't they?
Yeah. There's definitely a really good vegan scene out there as well. Which is always good. But yeah, just I want to get out there and collaborate with a few people like. Tess Begg's pretty cool. You seen Tess Begg?
No.
Yeah, she's big on Instagram.
Okay, cool.
She's doing her thing. She's really cool. I'd love to kind of meet up with her at some point.
Yes.
Thriving on plants.
It's all about collaborations, isn't it?
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
As I was saying, like I just love meeting people. I love. So that's beautiful.
That's awesome.
But yeah, apart from Asia, like what kind of plans you got? So you this camp out soon, isn't it?
Vegan camp out, yeah. Just I'm focused on understanding the human body, man. This like diet is just the start of it, really. And I've been an athlete my whole life, and thought I've known my body, and really I didn't. And I wasn't listening to my body like I'm able to now. And it's interesting because when you start to become aware of how the body should feel, you feel like you've took a step back, and you feel like you're worse than you were. But actually, you're just aware that the body's needs some more love. And I think veganism was the beginning of the journey to love and to self-love, and that journey continues beyond veganism, you know. And that's what's led me to Raw, is to help him remove all the, you know, I ate meat and cheese and all this stuff that's clogged up in my body. You can't just go vegan and expect it to go.
No,
I think
it's not
it's
an
just
overnight
very deep.
process.
Yeah, it's not. So I'm just doing that process of undoing everything that I've come into the world unaware of, and now I'm aware of it. I'm like, okay, cool, let me just deal with that. And so I'm really focused on that and doing a lot of mobility work. Mobility really is like the new muscle. Like everyone, rather than wanting to be big in the gym, everyone just want to be mobile, and then you can build on that foundation. And
what are you doing to focus on that?
So I'm using like lacrosse, little like balls that you can just basically roll around on the floor. You look like a weirdo in the gym, but you roll around on the ball, and you're finding pressure points within your body that are tender. And your body, basically, all your muscles should be loose, like that. Like if you pull a cat's skin, it should all be loose. But so often we've got these tight, especially humans, if we feel like calves. Most of us got really tight calves, or they're tender to touch, and it should all be loose and ready, agile to go. And it's from all these comforts we built around us with the shoes that we wear, and beds we sleep in, sitting on chairs at 90 degrees rather than in a full squat like they do in Asia. You know, it's made our body very immobile, and it's not functional. And then we get tendonitis, which leads to arthritis, and we get all these issues, deep vein thrombosis, because we're not getting the circulation around our body. And so my journey is to, okay, I did movement my whole, you know, teenage years, and for 10 years as a professional athlete, as a free runner. Let's strip back. Before movement, you need mobility. So I'm going to go back to mobility before I come back to movement, and you know, be better than ever. This is looking great, by the way.
Yeah, we're setting these up.
Oh man,
it's chop you some coriander, and then we're going to cover them with some vegan cheese, and we're going to.
So we got the bulgur wheat with the tomatoes and the mango puree.
Yeah.
And then we put avocado on top of that. I say we.
Yeah.
Then you've sliced up some cucumber to put on top of that.
Yeah.
Got some coriander coming.
Only other thing we've got in there is some chili puree.
Chili puree.
Got some chili puree in the mango. Yeah, in the mango and the bulgur wheat, and that chili puree just adds a nice little level of freshness.
Where's the carrots? I see carrot there.
I've grated the carrots, put the carrots into the bulgur wheat.
In the bulgur wheat as well.
Man.
Cool. Nice. So it is a rainbow.
Yeah, you got to taste that rainbow.
Yeah.
The yellow pepper went into the cheese sauce.
Keep it yellow, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Mindful. That's the thing about vegan food, is there's no food you'll find more mindful or more creative. And that may be, I mean, there is obviously creative food with other stuff, but art needs boundaries, and when you limit it to fruits and vegetables, you set like more limited boundaries, but then what flourishes within that is even, you know, more special. And it's more natural for us to eat, it's more hydrating, it's more alkalizing, it's you just feel better after. Food, it shouldn't just be how does it taste to the tongue or the texture. Like most food today is like, what does it do here? But food should be about what does it do here, okay, and then if that's at a maximum, what can I do here afterwards? And that's what we're doing with this right now.
Yeah. Cheese sauce. I was, like you say about the rainbow of food and stuff like that, I was chatting to someone at Culture Club. There's a company in London called Culture Club.
Yeah.
I was chatting to someone there the other day, and she's a vegetarian, and she was kind of saying, you know, how have you found it going vegan? Like, what do you think and stuff like that? And how have you had to kind of adapt yourself and change the way you cook meals?
Yeah.
And I said the number one thing that I found is before, and I think, you know, in general, not to generalise, but I'm gonna, meat eaters will build a meal around meat. They'll say, oh, tonight I'm having chicken or steak and, you know, and they just build all of the meals around the meat, and they kind of forget about all the little, you know, beautiful vegetables they can add in, all of the herbs and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, you know, it's not just something to season your dish with. There's so many awesome kind of.
You let the whole team comes together rather than just the striker or whatever. It's like you
say, man. It's like it's art, and it's a symphony of of colours.
That's a better way of putting it. It's how every instrument comes together rather than just a big cello at the front or something.
Exactly, yeah. You don't just have one lone person, do you? You will have an occasional solo. So I don't think it'd be right to dig into these without getting Benj on.
Come on, Benj.
I ain't having him sit over there.
And I'm gonna snap a few pictures and
man.
So I'm just gonna be like,
get involved.
Gotta spread this. Oh, actually, I'm vlogging the day. Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm vlogging today. You can check out my channel, Tim Shieff. So we've just been filming for Brett's channel, Epi Vegan. Check him out. The food's here. We got peppers, bulgur wheat, cherry tomatoes in there. We got some cucumber, carrot, and cashew cheese. Super exciting. Brett's awesome. Check his channel out. I'll link his channel below. He's filming as well. We're all getting it in right now. Man. Collaborating. That's how we go forward.
That's what it's all about. It's all about love. Yeah.
He's a really cool guy.
Gotta
go check him
collaborate.
out. Yes, man.
So what we're gonna do now is we're all gonna take a big bite, and probably gonna get cheese all over our face. Awesome. But we're gonna do it regardless.
And all over the floor.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Awesome. That smells so good.
You're getting all of it, yeah? You're getting the mango.
No, we all got that moustache. Holy shoot.
I just want to say a massive thanks today because I genuinely, obviously by default I'd probably made salads, things like that, but I'd never really focused on raw food before. When Tim messaged me the other day and says, yeah, definitely I'll come on the channel, but I'm raw now. Instantly the cogs are turning, so I put a post up on my Instagram. I did some like lettuce tacos.
I saw you said you were experimenting, man.
Here we go. Yeah. It's game on now. Yeah. So I just want to say a big thanks. Tim and Benj coming on today.
Thanks to you, man.
Beautiful to see you guys as always. Looking forward to spending some more time with them at Vegan Camp Out. Come and say hello to us all there. We'll be there. And definitely check out Ethics. Now, loads of people get in touch with me about ethics all the time, so I keep tagging them in my photos and things like that. But head over to their website.
Ethics.com without the I.
Yeah.
Ethics without the ego.
And the brilliant thing about it is you can put the I in ethics yourself.
Yeah.
So
that's what we say.
So yeah, big love to Tim, big love to Benj. And until next time, friends, be nice to each other and goodbye.
Be nice to animals and be kind to yourself.
Peace.
Thank you, Brett.
Bro, these are ridiculous.
These are so good.